Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
We're back to discuss Blue Bloods. We're still in the midst of the great Blue Bloods hiatus of 2020. Actually, it's probably not the biggest one, but it's a hiatus. And what we're going to try to do to sort of cure this right now is present a little bit more news on the upcoming March 13th episode. This is Season 10, Episode 16.
Yep.
Entitled The First 100 Days. This isn't the first episode of Blue Bloods that's airing in March, but it involves dogs. What's not to like about dogs?
Well, it's gonna cause a fight with Jamie and Eddie, and we've all been on this ride a bunch of times, so there's that.
Well, yeah, the carousel of Jamie and Eddie arguing will continue, but maybe there's a really adorable dog at the end of it to get us all just feeling happy in the end. But,
I hope so.
All right, well, we'll dive into all of this and discuss some other interesting stuff, including some possible scary stuff for Aaron and also the mayor doing mayor things. But before that, if you do enjoy this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. Okay, so let's clue in everyone as to why the argument is happening now between Jamko. It is involving a stray dog who leads them to a crime scene. So the dog is a hero, everyone.
Yeah, and for some reason, one of the two of them actually doesn't want to keep this dog. I mean, the only argument that I can possibly think about this is that they both work different shifts. They work a lot of hours. They seem to barely have time for each other at this point. Would they have time to take care of a dog? That's the only legitimate argument that I can see happening here.
Is there a chance they named the dog Lieutenant Bark? I am insanely curious as to what they named the dog. That is the most important thing about me in this episode right now.
That is the best.
See, anyone who wants to name their dog Lieutenant Bark, you're welcome. But
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I'm also curious who is pro-dog and who is anti-dog.
I'm curious about that too. My feeling is that it's probably Eddie that's thinking that there's just no way to really kind of like, how are they going to manage this? Because truthfully, the show has not been managing this relationship all that well. Sorry, but I haven't seen a lot of them actually. They're not working together really anymore. They're on different shifts. Whenever we do see them personally, there's so much arguing. It feels like the majority of the time that I'm seeing them together, there's conflict. Like ever since they've gotten married, it's conflict. And I don't understand why. There are ways to have married couples have conflict where it's not with each other. And for some reason, the conflict between these two is between each other a lot. So like now they're fighting over a dog. Like that's not a fight. That can just be a discussion.
Well, I've thought a lot about why we're seeing so many arguments between the two of them, and I'm guessing there was a real fear behind the scenes that getting Jamie and Eddie together would just make them quote unquote boring. And so instead of just giving them a little bit of conflict or doing something where the two of them have conflict together opposite somebody else, they've decided that they want to throw a lot of conflict at the two of them, which we don't really need because there's no stakes. They're not going to break up over whether or not they have a dog.
No, but they should be able to still have a little more bonding going on of something. They're newlyweds. They're building their own little family unit together here. So, yeah, I get that there might be discussion about whether they should have a dog or not. But argue? Oh.
Well, the end. I feel we're gonna have a happy ending at the end of this episode.
And typically we do when it comes to their arguments. It's just,
Does Lieutenant Bark get a seat at the Reagan family dinner table?
Yes, he does.
That's right. I really hope this is a cute dog at this point because we've built this up a lot.
I hope he's like one of those really big, huge, slobbery dogs that's like a big marshmallow face that drools everywhere.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Bark.
Let us hope. But anyway, I can talk about Lieutenant Bark all day. But all right, we will get on to other storylines now, including the mayor is back. And now, as it turns out, the mayor has been developing a habit of just being a jerk face, really, not really communicating with anyone.
Yeah, he's all like, I want what I want, what I want. Like, I get it, but come on. So it seems like he's not going to be playing well with others, shocker. and that Frank and Garrett are going to have to try to figure out some sort of plan to try to get him to just play well with others, which would benefit him and benefit the city and benefit everybody. So hopefully he can just get off his high horse and start working with other people and stop being like, I want what I want when I want it.
This is my theory on this, is that I feel like when you get elected into a big prominent position, you've just gotten the validation of millions of people potentially, and you're probably like, these people, they elected me for me. They elected them for my decision making. And then you get so obsessed, and I think you get a little mad with power, that you actually don't realize, oh, I can't do every single thing myself. I actually should listen to people like Frank, like Garrett, who've been doing this job for a long time and probably know more about police work than you do, Mayor.
Also, he is supposed to be sort of there for the people and there to make the city run well. Yeah, maybe he's got a little bit of a swollen head that people love me. They trust me. They love my ideas. Okay, great. Well, you're not the king of the city. There's other people there that were also elected or hired into different positions of power as well for the same reason. Y'all gotta work together.
Yeah, and I think it would most behoove him to try to figure this out one way or another and figure it out very, very soon.
Can we replace him with Lieutenant Bark?
Mayor Bark. No, he keeps the lieutenant title. It's Mayor Lieutenant Bark. He can do everything. Hashtag, if you like this video, hashtag Lieutenant Bark on Twitter. So beyond what's going on there, here's the sad thing. Erin's in a car accident in this episode. And, presumably they say she is shaken, so that suggests that she's okay. They're not getting rid of Erin or anything like that. But I do wonder why they're telling this story now. Like, what's the long-term impact here?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be something that's just a bit more personal for Erin at this point. I mean, it is Blue Bloods. They're probably going to connect it to some kind of case.
Yeah.
But my hope is actually that they don't, and that they just give us a little bit of Erin away from a case, and that way we can see what's going on. I mean, if she's going to be in this car accident, it's going to shake her up. Let's see what the effects are with the family, the way she feels within the family. That, maybe sometimes these types of life experiences get you thinking about things and sort of like, oh man, I just faced, I could have died here. What am I missing out on life? What are the things that I wish I had done? Would I have had these types of regrets if this was worse than it was, sort of thing? We don't know all the circumstances around this yet. Did somebody do this on purpose?
Yeah. Is it possible that this is a way to bring Nikki back into sort of the world of the show? She hasn't been around in a while. I'm sure she would really, really want to check in on her mom. I don't know if she would fly in from San Francisco, but if it's serious enough, I feel like it's something that could be a possibility.
We could at least have a phone call or something.
Yeah.
Send some flowers. Be like, from Nikki. Let's just know that she still exists, guys.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked in other videos about other shows as of late. I will not spoil them here about sometimes it's good to put that bouquet of flowers with the name in front of the camera so that we know that you're not forgetting about someone.
That's my go-to.
It's a good go-to, and it's a good way to mention the character on the show.
Yes, if you can't get her back, just mention her. Hey, I just got off the phone with Nikki. Oh, cool. How's she doing? Awesome. Can we just have an update, please?
Yeah, I don't think that's too much to ask. Finally, the Danny and Baez case. This is very Blue Bloods. I mean, I feel like we're getting a little bit more variety with the mayor clashing. We got our new recurring cast member in Lieutenant Bark, who I have now promoted. We have Erin with the car accident. And now Danny and Baez are going to be upset about some police graffiti on a car, and they're going to be trying to get some answers to it. So I don't think there's necessarily anything in here that's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening on Blue Bloods. They've tackled similar stories before.
Yeah, they really have. They do have a lot of stories that are sort of civilians and cops and what's going on between them, and some of the just the tension that's there between them and how it comes out in different ways. So
yeah,
I'm not too surprised by this story. I still am clamoring for something more from the two of them when it comes to their cases. this doesn't feel like a case that I'm really gonna be like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Remember that case where somebody graffitied a car? Like, it just doesn't feel.
No.
I have the disappoint a bit this season with the Danny and Baez cases. I'm just saying it.
Let's hope for something bigger by the end of the season. Maybe they're saving some good stuff.
Yep.
Fingers crossed. But anyway, what do you guys think about some of what we have talked about here with Blue Blood Season 10, Episode 6? Be sure to share in the comments below. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe. Lieutenant Bark will thank you. And if you want to support us more, check out the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store. And we'll see you here next time.